A reading from the first letter to Peter, 1 Peter 4, chapters 12 through 19. Beloved, do not be surprised that a trial by fire is occurring among you, as if something strange were happening to you. But rejoice to the extent that you share in the sufferings of Christ, so that when his glory is revealed, you may also rejoice exultantly. If you are insulted for the name of Christ, blessed are you, for the Spirit of glory and of God rests upon you. But let no one among you be made to suffer as murderer, a thief, an evildoer, or an intriguer. But whoever is made to suffer as a Christian should not be ashamed, but glorify God because of the name. For it is time for the judgment to begin with the household of God. If it begins with us, how will it end for those who fail to obey the gospel of God? And if the righteous one is barely saved, where will the godless and the sinner appear? As a result, those who suffer in accord with God's will hand their souls over to a faithful Creator as they do good. In this beautiful passage in chapter 4 of Peter, we hear that in suffering, we should give thanks because we get to share in the cross of Christ. That it is through suffering that we are able to draw close to him who suffered. I think we have trouble with this. We say, I want an easy life, and I want Christianity to help me with this easy life. I want an easy life, and I want Christianity to help me have a life that is easy. But our life, if we are Christians and when we are acting as Christians, will not be easy. It will be joyful, it will be peaceful, it will be lovely, it will be beautiful, it will be adventurous, but it will not be easy, and it will not be comfortable. Peter quotes Proverbs chapter 11, verse 31, when he says, if the righteous receive their due on earth, how much more the ungodly and the sinner? If the righteous one is barely saved, that's how he translates it, where will the godless and the sinner appear? He says, look, salvation is hard. It's difficult. And if we are to be saved, it is only because we are willing to turn from sin, to turn to God, and to accept from God whatever he gives us. To suffer not as individuals, not as Americans, not as members of one ideology or another, not as Alex, but as a Christian. To suffer as one who is in love with Christ on the cross. We see in the saints who go toward martyrdom, who endure temptation, who endure tribulation, who endure trial. We see in them a closeness to Christ because he was their model.